Hello and welcome to another episode of my MotoGP 20 career mode, and today we're here with the first episode of Moto2. So obviously, as you can see, this is exactly where we left off last time. If you didn't see my video yesterday, there has now been a patch, so all the bugs that were happening in the last episode should hopefully be fixed now, but we will find out, I suppose. So I've got to advance forward a week because there's nothing I can do so far. I've not got enough points to upgrade anything on here. Actually, have I? No, I haven't got enough points to upgrade anything, because you need a lot. You need a lot of points to upgrade the stuff on these bikes. Wow. Yeah, so we're going to have to advance forward. Hopefully we'll get some new technical staff maybe apply, because I made the mistake of not hiring any of the good ones at the end of last year, thinking that they wouldn't come with me to my new team, but apparently they did, so yeah, that was definitely a mistake on my behalf there. We have a new personal manager notification. There's new candidates available for that. Okay, so it doesn't seem they've fixed this bug, because I've got Anita Perez applying for a job Anita Perez already has. So that's a bit interesting. We'll ignore it for now, because I think she's alright, to be honest. In fact, this one just seems a lot worse. The only thing they're better at is being able to search for contracts, and we had no problem finding a decent contract for this year, so I think we may as well just keep the same personal manager for now. Okay, so we've got some notifications again, so we've got 3 on here now, so oh, we've actually got new teams that are interested. Okay, that's weird. So all of a sudden now, these teams that weren't interested at the end of last season, there's been no races or anything like that, so my reputation hasn't gone up, but all of a sudden they are now interested. So they're like, oh wait, he did win the Moto3 championship. And same with, well, I said that with the fake teams as well, but they were already all interested anyway. I'll have a look at the technical staff then, who wants a job. So I don't think the glitches are fixed. That's, yeah, it's a bit strange, not going to lie. Like, to be honest, I would like to hire this person. The only problem is, I think hiring someone with the name non-underscore-name and non-underscore-surname could break my save file in a way. So that's the risky part, because otherwise I'd probably be fine with it. But I don't want my save to get corrupted and have to start again, because that would be quite annoying. I'm going to hire them anyway, because we are in the first race of Moto2, so we can always just start the career mode again from Moto2 if I have to. So we'll see what happens when we accept this person. This could be pretty risky here, so we'll accept it. We've now got non working for us. Apparently they're a B+ though, so yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with this game, to be honest. A bit broken. So now it's been a few weeks, we'll have a look if we can upgrade any of the stuff on here. So no, well, we don't actually have any. We don't have anybody on the electronics research section. That's kind of a problem. I've put them all on electronics because I've been told that electronics is probably one of the most important parts of the bike for Moto2. So that's why I'm looking at upgrading that section. We've got another technical staff management. A new candidate available again, so another non-surname person. I have no idea what to do with all these glitches. Is anybody else getting this? It's so strange. We've got another one. It's another of the same. We'll refuse this one because they're an aero person, so there's no point in keeping them on board now. And yeah, better frame, but slightly worse on the electronics, so we'll leave it. So we've got 6 notifications on the personal manager front, so we're being offered MotoGP contracts. Already, I've not even started Moto2 yet, and I'm already being offered MotoGP contracts. Okay, what is going on with this game? So there's now 2 MotoGP teams interested in me. Well, 2 fake ones, and there's 3 real ones. I mean, the proposal chance is low, I'll give you that, but it's weird that all of a sudden they're now interested, even though I haven't even raced in Moto2 yet. And Anita Perez is applying again with a different set of stats. Oh, there's a new one for Isabel Ferreira. Yeah, and it's her again. So like last time. Oh, what is going on with this game? I'm going to leave her and see if anybody else better signs up, because I don't want to spend loads of money on it if no one else better is going to turn up. Okay, so we now do have enough to develop this part of the anti-wheelie system, so that's what I'm going to do. And how much will it take? 60 weeks at the minute. 30, 20, 15, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So it's going to take 5 weeks then to do this part. It's going to take a while. I'm guessing the upgrades are seeming to be a lot more expensive and take a lot longer than the Moto3. So we'll advance forward another week again. And here we are at Qatar now, but we've got another technical staff. So we've got another Isabella Ferreira applying again. Sure, she's an aero person, so I'm not interested. Right, so let's hope it's normal when we get on track. We'll head into Qatar, and I'll start doing the practice programs. But the technical staff, they seem very, very broken at the minute. So as we come up towards the line at the end of the distance analysis, let's see what we get. Will we get better than good? Yes, we got perfect. They fixed it. They fixed the bug. It was a bug where we kept getting good last season, and we finally got perfect. I'm way too happy about that, but yeah, they fixed that glitch, so we actually did well on the distance analysis for once. So next up is race simulation. We're 2/10 off the time of that right now, so hopefully we can try and build up to that. That was medium as well in distance analysis, and I was cooking that medium, so I think we're going to struggle with tyres a lot here, because obviously there's no traction control at all in Moto2, you're not allowed it, which means that you just spin up the tyre and really wear it out. So coming up towards the line then at the end of the distance analysis, we're actually going fastest right now, and oh, we just missed out I think. I think we're 2/10 off Digi Antonio's time, but we definitely sped up because at the beginning we were over a second off. We picked up a lot of pace over the course of that stint, and we wrecked the tyres, look. So if that's the actual race distance, our tyres are going to be absolutely wrecked by the end. So that could be quite interesting. So the next test to do, so we're actually P2 now, but the next test to do is the quick lap simulation. We did a 58.2 to get the maximum research data, so hopefully we can actually pull that together. Okay, so I missed the end of that because in Moto 3 when I was doing it, I had to do 2 laps regardless of whether I hit the target on the first lap or not. And I always did hit it on the first lap. But now you only have to do it, it's like MotoGP 19 again, where you get given 2 laps, but you only need 1 to actually beat it if you can beat it on the first lap. So that is free practice maximised. That's us to the top of the timesheets as well, but only by a couple of tenths of a second. So the AI are much more close, and obviously that was Power Mode 2 soft, and I doubt they were doing that in this, so feels like we're not going to have an easy ride this time. So then we topped the session ahead of Fabio Di Gianantonio in second, Jorge Martin third, Remy Gardner in 5th place there, Marcel Schotter in 4th as well. So we'll head into qualifying now. That should be good enough to get us through to Q2, I'm guessing, because obviously we've topped the first free practice session. And I hope we can try and fight for pole position, but I mean that little gap and the lap we did, obviously I was pushing a lot, and I had soft, and I doubt they did. Moto2 AI definitely seem a bit better. Also, they've been patched to be a little bit better, like Masia was a lot better at the end of it in Valencia. So we're here then in qualifying now. Obviously we want to change the tyres. Obviously we do want to keep soft, we just want fresher versions. We'll put the fuel down to 4 laps like we always did, and we'll head out onto the track. So coming up towards the line then, we're starting P5 apparently, so I think that means that overall with the combined times we were only 5th. So that probably does not mean... Oh, Remy Gardner's come right out of the pits. We've managed to dive for the inside, but he's probably going to cut back underneath us. Yes, he is. That's been quite unfortunate. A pretty bad pit lane exit timing there. He's blocking me again. I'm going to have to just force him out the way. A bit more aggressive than I'd like. I mean, I've ran really wide from it, but he's going to hold me up if he stays in front of me. So I had to go through all of the AI's times on their out laps are pretty similar to the actual laps. Obviously, oh, actually, people must have set times because we're red currently by about a tenth of a second. I seem to have changed it where the AI have already set times when you go out right at the start of the session, which is really odd. Because like there's like a 12-minute session, it's like 11 minutes. Well, it's not 12 minutes, it must be like a 15-minute session. I suppose it's because I do the flying lap mode, so it takes a couple minutes off the times, so it allows the AI to have some time to set lap times. So we're 29 thousandths underneath pole position at this point in time. We've turned in a little early for that. Luckily, we didn't actually corner come. I managed to save it and just keep it on the curb. Otherwise, we probably would have lost our lap there. Through turn 10 and on the power. Massive wheelie. That is obviously one thing you got to watch out for. I did get told that the electronics is the most important thing to go for because the bike likes to wheelie, but to be honest, it doesn't seem too bad. It wheelies when like I've really gone on the power, so I kind of, you know, I can accept that it's my fault. We're half a second under now. How have we taken half a second out of that time? I'm not sure. We did a massive wheelie as well. So perhaps doing the wheelies is the key to being quick. But to be honest, I actually might focus a bit more on the frame just to get the bike to turn in a little better and stop a little better. As we go towards the final corner then, the AI are very good in the last sector, so we might lose a bit of time. As we round the last corner then, sliding out, wheeling a little bit, right to the exit curve then. As we go up the straight, it's actually really weird seeing Qatar and Day even now. Obviously, we've had the game for a while, but I've not done it much. Over the line, 57.8, so a couple of tenths quicker than we did in free practice, so that's always nice. We did get held up a little bit on that lap in the qualifying run. So we will head then back into the pits, and hopefully that's good enough for a decent position on the grid. So we actually did manage to get pole position by a very, very small margin, just over a tenth of a second, about 1.5 tenths. You can see the grid is quite close, although somehow Andy Farrad Izdahar and Kazma Daniel are in the top 10. That's a little bit weird. I think the performance is also a bit messed up in here. Let's have a look where, like, yeah, so Luca Marini's down in 11th. Where's Joe Roberts? Did he even get? Joe Roberts didn't even get through by looks. Siren's 15th as well, although that might be about right for Siren, to be fair. But the others, I mean, they're rookies as well, and I don't think they were anywhere near the top 10 in real life in the first race, so the performance seems to be a little bit messed up here. But anyway, we will head now into the race. I'll see you on the grid. So we're here on the grid then, and we actually get a twilight race this time. So not the terrible movies, the evening race here in Qatar. So we don't actually race at night. We race in the day in Moto3. We actually get to race just in the evening here now in Moto2, and then obviously when we get to MotoGP we'll get to race at night. But the evening, it does look really nice on this game. That is definitely a plus on the game. The lighting is the best it's ever been, and the graphics are really nice. It's just a shame that I have none working for me instead of, you know, someone with an actual name. We'll start the race now, and hopefully we can try and win, but I feel like the AI might be able to capitalise on me because I'm not great at looking after my tyres in Moto2, it must be said.
Amazing illuminated racetrack.
Yes, it is nice and illuminated. Obviously the floodlights are on now. They need to warm up for the MotoGP race, and it does get a little bit dark later on. Lights on, away we go. Oh, a bit of a wheelie off the start there actually. Trying to shift up, massive wheelie. Try and get the front down, so we've lost the lead. We're down to 5th place. Are we going to lose anything else as we go towards turn 1? We're trying to swoop back around the outside if we can, get it stopped. So we're back up into 4th, but the bike's still trying to wheelie out the corners. So it's going to take a little bit of adjusting to. So we've actually lost some positions then. So Luti is ahead of us, Schrotter ahead of him, and Baldassarri's leading. Somehow I completely forgot his name for a second. But here we go, we've got to run on Luti. We're going to go for the attack into this corner here at the inside. No, he's actually matched us on the way. He's outbraked us around the outside there. So fair play to Thomas Luti. We had an amazing run on him somehow. We're on the inside, so close to contact with Luti there. Swapping to the left-hand side for 6th though, up the inside. We should be able to outbrake him into 6th. The AI aren't too great there. Oh, he's just sat up. I don't know what he's done that for, because it was not a block pass at all. There was room on the inside for him. Because I'd actually gone in a little bit deep, but yeah, there we go. Oh, Navarro's just gone flying at the inside. That took me by surprise. Wow, Jorge Navarro, that was a pretty aggressive move. Unlike the one I did to Luti, but he's left the door open and we're going to come back at him. The AI in the lead, Baldassari and Schrotter are getting away, trying to hang it around the outside of Navarro. Navarro's through, trying to get the power down. Looking behind, Luti's still behind us, so it feels like that perhaps the AI are a little bit quicker in the races than they have been in Moto3, because we've already dropped down from pole to 4th position. So perhaps they're just not so good over one lap. It doesn't make much sense. But look how much they are pulling away in the front. I think I've already lost the race to those guys. I can maybe, you know, over the course of this race, I'll probably be able to pull that gap back to Navarro if I'm quick enough. But the guys in the lead, I think they're already gone. Out the last corner then. Navarro is actually stretching away from us a little bit. I don't know if Luti's going to have another attack at us. Although the AI are just very good in the last sector, it seems. So over the line then. Is it going to tell us? I don't think it's telling me the fastest lap at the end of that first lap. So I'd love to know what the other guys did up ahead. But they are so far ahead. Now maybe I've misjudged this. Oh! Luti's trying to swoop up the inside. Happy Siren is behind Luti. What is going on in this race? Happy Siren is looking for a top 5 finish here. Not sure where he started, but he shouldn't really be he shouldn't be in 5th place right now, ahead of Tom Luti. Although I suppose we have slowed Luti down a lot in this race, because obviously we went up the inside, he sat up, and then he's just gone up the inside of us, and we turned in. Didn't mean to. I think I made a bit of a mistake, because I've based my tyre choice off of practice, where obviously it was in the middle of the day, so it's scorchingly hot, and then in the evening here, where it's probably a lot cooler, I've also gone for the same tyre choice, and that was probably a mistake, because the rear tyre is very, very cold right now. The front is not great either. But I've got to stick with it. We're 1.2 seconds behind Jorge Navarro now. So as we come up towards the line at the end of the second lap then, 58.6 is a pretty good lap for these tyres, but 57.6 from Baldassarre, so they're a second lap faster than me, if I can actually speak. I was going to say quicker, and then I decided to say faster, and it came out as quack. So apparently they are duck faster than me. I've run really wide to turn 2. I need to try and concentrate again, because we had got away from Siren a little bit, but I don't want Luti getting past him and closing up to us again. Oh, there's a crash. Bezecchi's gone down. Not sure whereabouts on the track he is. Oh, someone else is with him. It's Happy Siren. So Happy Siren and Bezecchi have either collided or they just had 2 separate crashes. But that's really, really bad because Siren was helping me out, actually. He was obviously a lot slower than Luti and he was holding him up. There's now Gardner behind me, though, so what has happened behind, I do not know. But it seems to me like Schrotter... Oh, Schrotter's actually lost position now. Schrotter went for soft softs, which I don't know why you would ever pick soft softs when, like, how much the tyres were wearing in practice. So Schrotter might be struggling with tyres right now, so he actually might fall back into our clutches. And if we can get a podium, I'll be actually quite happy with that. Baldassarre does another fastest lap, 57.5. I'm even slower, 59.3 on this lap, so we're even more slower than him. Bezecchi's down again. Bezecchi's down again, apparently. But look how much time Schrotter's now losing. He's leaking time every corner. We're right on the back of Marcel here. We should be able to make the move on him, which is good because the guy behind, who's actually not, it's not Gardner, it's Garzo. So Milestone, I think they've given him the wrong abbreviation. I think his is Gaz in real life, so I was assuming it was Gardner behind me, but it's actually Garzo. So it's good. Round the outside, we've gone totally off the track really there to pass him, but he's so slow to the middle of that corner, there's nothing I could do. So we move up to 3rd position now, which would be really nice to get a podium on our Moto2 debut, really. And if you can see behind, Garzo was sort of staying with us. I didn't want him to be able to attack me, so it's nice that we've got Schrotter between us now. So I've got 1.4 laps of fuel left, so we're about to start the final lap. I have no idea where Navarro and Baldassarre have gone to. Baldassarre has pulled so far ahead of Navarro, and Navarro has pulled so far ahead of me. 57.4 for Navarro on that lap, fastest lap of the race, and I've just done a 59.0, so they have so much better pace. Well, they have so much better pace than they did in qualifying. Like, what is going on with it? The AI are so strange in this game. They can go about over a second lap faster in the race than they can in qualifying. So coming up towards the line then, at the end of this race, Baldassarre wins by a massive margin ahead of Navarro in 2nd, and myself in 3rd to make it a speed up 2-3. Pretty good result for us as a team there then. Oh, in fact, it was even better than I thought because Digi Antonio managed to get past Garzo and Schrotter on the last lap there. I don't know if he was behind Luti as well, but that actually gives us a speed up 2-3-4. So fantastic result for the team there. I think we will be leading the team's championship with that. Obviously, it only takes the top 2 finishers, so it wouldn't have mattered, but it's nice to have 2-3-4 for all of us there. So it'd be interesting to see what happened in the race, because obviously there were some crashes behind. So Bezecchi and Siren are both out. Bezecchi crashed with Siren, I believe, earlier on, so we'll have a look at that. Because obviously the championship-wise, it's going to be identical to the race. We need to definitely find a little bit more pace, because we had absolutely nothing compared to Baldassarre and Navarro. Digi was also faster, but I think he just got a bit held up by the AI. Schrotter, I'd seen on the grid that he was on soft, and I always had the thought that maybe he would slip back, which he did. Obviously, we managed to catch him up again. He got quite far in front of us, but obviously his softs wore out. I wasn't sure what tyres Baldassarre and Navarro went with, probably just slightly better ones than me. I've also heard that apparently the AI are quite good here. So 3rd place, I'll take that on the debut. So we'll look at the Constructors' Championship now. Oh, we are actually joint with Flexbox GP because of where Garzo finished. So that's very interesting, actually. So 36 points apiece for Flexbox, HP40 and Speed Up Racing. Then obviously Liquid Molly, Intact GP a bit further behind there. So SkyVR46 not having the best day there, because I'm not sure where Marini was. Bezecchi obviously was not running in a terrible position when he crashed. But we'll head into Parc Ferme now, and then we'll head back to the career hub and see the broken mess that's there. And hopefully the game doesn't crash or anything. Actually, before we head there, we'll have a look at this crash. I've just had a quick look at it, and it's not what I expected at all. See, we're on board with Bezecchi here, and I think Siren has some sort of mechanical failure and he just rams him. Because Siren has, like, no power coming out of that corner at all. So we'll have a look back with Siren. He's going through here. He gets overtaken by Garzo, and he seems to have a distinct lack of power. And then out the corner, he's just got nothing coming out. And he's gets absolutely rammed from behind there by Bezecchi. So very unfortunate for both riders there, it seems. So it's nice to get a podium. Our worst finish ever in career mode is still 3rd place then, based on that, which is nice. Hopefully we can come back at Termas and try and get a victory, because obviously we've got pole here, so we did have a decent amount of pace, but AI just had it in the race, which I didn't have anything. I couldn't answer to them. I could beat the guys behind me quite easily. I had a bit of a gap over some of them, but yeah, the guys in front, I didn't have anything to answer them, but I'm actually quite happy with that. So then, in that weekend, we gained 10,150 reputation points, which brings us up to 117,500, and credits we gained 6,028 from finishing 3rd. So on the research data front, we're now at 2,008 on the engine, 2,188 on the frame, 225 on the aero, which doesn't matter, and 293 on the ECU. So we'll have a quick look at the technical staff. Usually I do like to do 2 races per episode, but I think just because of how long we were in the hub to start with all the brokenness, I think I'll just end the video after looking at these. So again, we've got non, which is nice. Non-name, non-surname. So for now, I'm going to leave it because it's just a mainly aero person. It is a better engine as well, but we lose way more on frame than we gain on engines. There's no point hiring them. Or she's applying again for her job. Again, she's just an aero person this time, so not bothered. So I think that's where I'll end it then for this episode. I hope you have enjoyed this. It's the first race for a long time that AI have genuinely been faster than me. Obviously, even at Jerez, the race we lost last year, it wasn't that much of a case of that. We got a glitch start. And obviously, I had contact with Fodger and had massive damage, so I couldn't catch them up. But this time, it was fair and square. No damage on my bike at all. My bike felt good, so I can't say that the bike... Well, I got beaten by my teammates, so I can't blame the bike at all. But yeah, the bike felt good. I just didn't have the pace that AI did. So it was a nice surprise, that's for sure. But obviously we still came 3rd place, it's not like we came last or anything, so we still obviously have decent pace, just we probably don't have the best at Qatar, which hopefully means we'll have a nice championship and we won't win it at Aragon. But like I said, I hope you did enjoy that video, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, hope you're all staying safe, and I shall see you in the next video.